people who work hard generally have a clear picture in their mind. That's what you're working towards. People who don't work hard, they have no picture in their mind. They have nothing in their mind. They have no goals. They have no why. They have no reason. They have no end in sight. That's part of it. That's part of it. That's part of why you want to get here, right? Like me. My immediate goal was I wanted to get free from my job. I hated my boss. I hated people telling me what to do. I hated my paycheck. I hated my commute. My job was needles in my eyes. You know, some people say, well, you know, I hate my job, but then they don't work here. So you don't hate your job. I mean, you can deal with it. You know, you like saying you hate it because you complain a lot, but you don't really hate it. Because if you hated it, it would really bother you to do something about it. And the people that do well, they know. You know, some people want to get a house. Some people want to retire their spouse. Some people want to put their kids in private school. Some people want to upgrade. Some people want to pay off their debt. Some people want a second home. Some people just want to win. They want to prove people wrong, but you do have to develop a clear picture in your mind of why you're doing this business. If it's extra money, what's the money going to do? And you got to do that on your own, right? And people always ask me, is it worth it? Well, it depends on what it is. For me, it was my family. It was my kids. It was proving to my mom and dad that I could do it. Yeah, it was worth it. It was everything to me. Some people, it isn't worth it because it's just not that important. They don't care. They love what they're doing and they love the journey. They know where they want to go. They go straight there and they have a tremendous amount of enthusiasm while they're doing it. You know, you talk to people, I'm grinding. And okay, that's cool. I like that word, I'm grinding, but like the way you say it, it's like, really? Like, why would anybody want to be involved in this picture with you? It takes a lot of energy and integrity to keep your commitments. And exceptions are the most dangerous things in our life that get us off track. Every day is an exception. Your life's exceptions now. I couldn't do this because of this. And they become distractions and then they become a way of life. Now, let me pull up this brochure from the company. I'll send this out, okay? Can everybody see this? Okay. So this is a brochure from the company, and it was actually done a long time ago, and there was an audio series with it. And it is recruiting tips from the best recruiters in our company. Okay. Like I said, there was a scary time in our business when we couldn't get people licensed. I really didn't, man, we had this, kind of turn the faucet off with recruiting. I thought, man, this is it. I got my couple hundred people and, it scared me. It really did. I was a little nervous, like what's going to happen? Is there opportunity? And it made me think even more clearly why we need to build, why we need to recruit, and why you need to inundate yourself with good recruiting messages, recruiting tips. And these are, so the company interviewed, I don't know how many great recruiters, great builders. And also, like I said, I'll send this document out to my Telegram thread and you can look through it. But it's really good because you have, so these are some of the people that and this is from 2013, right? And these are some of the people that they got tips from. And, like Willie Naranjo at this time was making $300,000 a year 7 years ago. And now he's making $3 million a year. Think about that, right? You know how much money that's $250,000 a month. He's one of the, I think he's the top 2 or 3 person in our company. In 2013, he was making $300,000. Okay. My mom's calling me. Hold on. Okay. So all right. So here's Mark Yazapovic, right? And I'll try to go through some of these things that he said. Be in the right market. If you want to be an effective recruiter, you must be in the right market. What's the right market? 25 and up, married, has kids, has a home, is employed. That's the right market. I learned a long time ago, we don't need to recruit people that need this. Think about that. You know, the desperate ones. We need to recruit people that want this. Sometimes they don't look like they want it until you show up and are passionate about what you do and cause them to feel the same way, right? I read this in a book a long time ago. Attitudes are contagious. Is yours worth catching? I don't have to convince anybody about anything. I just have to feel a certain way about what I'm doing. And that will come over time. If you're brand new, you haven't been on 50 appointments, a client hasn't died yet, and you've delivered a death claim, that's okay. That will come. Now, hopefully your clients don't pass away, but if you're here long enough, they will. Okay, I'm on them. Okay, can you shut the door? Okay. Ask Mom. Okay, give me a minute. Rod, you know what I'm saying, man. See, I can't control her, man. She don't listen to nobody. T, you should have warned me about daughters, man. I don't have to convince anybody about anything. I have to feel a certain way, and then they will feel the same way I do. And if they don't, that's okay. But this can't be business as usual for you. I'm not saying there aren't exceptions to every rule, but if somebody has a job, a partner that supports them and kids, it shows that they are responsible and can juggle stuff. You want the right kind of recruits because recruiting can turn in the most frustrating thing you've ever experienced if you don't recruit in the right market. Now, look, I like young people. I got recruited, I was 23. You know, it says, what do you mean? You're shooting yourself in the foot if you try to recruit somebody who's living in their mom's basement. I lived in my mom's basement. Okay, so I'm not saying that. And I do like, but you know what? I was hungry. I was humble. I was determined. I was extremely frustrated with my job. I was ready to make a change in my life. You know, this is another thing that we've been losing a lot of recruits because, you know, I think because we're virtual now, we're not seeing the importance of talking to the partner, right? Recruit in the right market and always make sure you're talking to both the husband and wife on the first appointment. I love that. On the first, like that first exposure that you start to really do something with somebody, you got to have that partner there. The second appointment after an op night and after it involves 2 of them, they may not both get licensed, right? But we want the spouse to know what the husband or wife is doing, why they're going to trainings, why they're learning across the kitchen table or qualified meetings, what they are doing for families. Get the other spouse behind the new recruit so the chances of them quitting in the first 2 weeks greatly diminish. When things get tough, those two people are going to have conversations in their home about not giving up because they heard it together at the meeting or on the phone. They're going to encourage each other. If one spouse was saying, remember we were at that meeting and how they almost quit and now they're glad they didn't because they're making $5,000 a month, that could be us. Be a leader. Being a leader is critical to recruiting. That means never show hurt, never show doubt, always charge. What do I mean? Well, things are not going to go the way you want. The best laid plans are going to blow up because we're dealing with people and you don't know what you're getting from one day to the next. What worked today isn't going to work tomorrow. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. Keep on it, stay excited, be passionate with what you do, transfer that to people, treat every appointment like it's the first one of your life. The first one you gave when you were so fired up and excited, and you cannot believe the information you're sharing people. If you're not excited about the information we're sharing, they're not going to get excited. Well, I've done this presentation 100 times. No, it's their first time. I got excited about compound interest. I got excited that $200 a month can mean $1 million. I got excited that, man, you're only depending on group or you have whole life and I can save you $400 a month. I got excited that I can save you $100 a month on auto and home insurance. Because it might be your third appointment for the day, but it's that person's first. And that's not fair to them. Collis Temple, right? This is a good one. Characteristics of a good recruiter: a pleasant and attractive personality. A good recruiter is someone who has a pleasant and attractive personality, someone who has a personality that draws people in. They have good people skills. They know how to smile at people. They know how to give a quality handshake. Obviously, you don't have to worry about that now. You don't have to wear the nicest clothes, but they need to be clean and pressed. Well, bottom line, you just need to be someone who is nice to be around. What you talk about. If you listen, you ask questions, right? Another characteristic of a good recruiter is an interested extrovert. When I say extrovert, obviously I'm talking about someone who doesn't mind speaking to people. You have to do that, right? But you don't have to necessarily be outgoing, but you are outgoing. But if you are outgoing, that's no problem. I was the type of person that would say hello to somebody in line, whether I was in Primerica or not. You might not be that person, or you might have to go outside your comfort zone, but it's necessary. Think about it. I said interested extrovert. It's not like you're always talking about yourself and saying, this is what I have going on and this is what I did, but you're extroverted enough to actually start a conversation. Then you want to find out about that person and be interested in what's happening with them. Why did you move here? What do you do for work? How did you get into that field? How did you meet each other? And you ask questions and listen. People always want to be heard, right? We talked about that. Wait, why am I talking? Right? You should always listen 100 times more than you talk. Knowledgeable. Another characteristic is someone who's knowledgeable. A good recruiter actually understands what they're recruiting someone to. They can overcome the objections that may exist in that person's thought process, and they can thoroughly explain our opportunity. They know how to ask the right questions to find out what the person wants, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you want. It totally matters what the other person wants. Knows how to close. Next, good recruiters are able to close. They know how to go for the ask. That's part of being assertive and not aggressive. If they ask the right questions throughout the recruiting process, then this person has got used to saying yes. All the recruiter's done was ask the prospect what they want, showed them how we can offer it to them, and the person basically closes themselves. Good recruiters understand how to ask those questions. Is sincere. Sincerity is just something that you feel. A good recruiter truly believes that this person's life and circumstances are going to be better as a result of them getting involved with our opportunity. That's a sincerity that is felt and can be seen by the person they're recruiting. This is the best one. Knows recruiting is a process that takes time. At the end of the day, a good recruiter realizes recruiting is a process that takes time. Yes, they might get the person to sign the IBA right there, but we're not in the business of just collecting $99 from people. We're in the business of recruiting someone, then helping them get trained and licensed to become a productive, money-making member of our team. It's a process that takes time. So just realize once they get that IBA, the recruiting process is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning. Good recruiters are going to spend time with their new recruits one-on-one and in a group setting. Okay, I like this too. Gurpreet has, and if you know Gurpreet Singh, she's $1 million earner. She is in the company known as one of the best referral getters in the entire company. Okay. Who do we recruit? We want to recruit from middle America, which are married people with kids who own homes and are working. We want to recruit people because it takes time to build a business. We don't want people to quit because they're not making income. When you are recruiting, you want to ask some great questions like, oh, did you like this information? Do you think we should share it with other people? Do you think it would be beneficial to your friends and family? By the way, who do you know? Oh, your brother, your sister, mother, father, or neighbor. Do you think they should be exposed to this information? If that person says absolutely, then those are the people you want to recruit. The best way to help your new recruit build the business is through their natural market. Most people know 2,000 people, which includes their phone and social media. However, they just can't think of those 2,000 people right away. So we have to start small and say, okay, let's list your best friend, brother, sister, mother, and neighbor. Who did you see yesterday? Who did you have lunch with today? Oh, you have kids. Who do they play with? Who came over to your house on Thanksgiving? All of a sudden, they see the possibilities. I had no idea I knew all these people. When people say, I'm not like you, I don't want to be in sales, I tell them, listen, we're not in sales. We're educators. We want to educate people. And we're going to train you how to run this business. After we train you, you're going to understand a little more. We want to help people because that's what people are looking for right now. While you're prospecting, you always want to be excited because 90% of winning is enthusiasm. This is Gurpreet. When I started, I had one person on my list. From there, I helped build referrals, and now I have 10,000 referrals. Of course, it takes time, so don't think it's going to happen overnight. Talk to everybody. You're one recruit away from an explosion. You don't know who people know, and you don't know the heart of a champion or what's inside of people. I think people want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. Okay. Anyways. I will send this out to the thread. Read the whole thing. And I think the audios are online on demand, and listen to them. I believe that 2021 will be a great year for us. Will it be for you? That's all going to be predicated on how well you do in December. I used to always tell this story, right? I gotta be careful. But when I was in 8th grade, we had, and some of you have heard this story. There was this girl that I liked, right? And we were in drama class, and I'm a shy, introverted person. I never was confident. I never got passionate about anything. I was not a great student. I never was this gregarious person, and I decided. So this girl that I liked, I really liked her. She decided to sign up for the school play. It was a play of Gilligan's Island. I remember we were doing Gilligan's Island, and she was the lead in the. I remember the thing. I'm 40 years old. Okay, And I remember when this is what, 11 or 12 years old. And I had decided the whole drama class that I was going to go and sign up and be the lead opposite her. And this is my whole plan, my evil plan on how I'm going to get the girl, right? And we'll be happily ever after, right? And I can see some of you guys, hi, Donald, Josh, you have a lot more respect for me now, because that's all you care about, right? Is falling in love, being in love. Dante, you know what I'm saying with these guys. So this is my evil plan. I'm going to meet this girl. I'm going to sign up the lead in the play, and it's going to be basically a romantic comedy. And, this movie will be published, and you guys will be watching it, and I'll live happily ever after. So I worked up all the courage, which was a big thing for me. Okay. I mean, I just want you to understand it. This was really big. I was like, all right, man, I'm going to do it. People, I don't care what people think. This is it. I'm going to come out of my shell. This is it. This is my ticket. I'm going to go up and sign up. And I'm walking up there in the middle of class. There's like, all right, man, who wants to sign up? She already signed up. I knew that. So I go up there, and I mean, I have the pen in my hand, and I go to put my name on, and this guy in our class, and he was the most popular kid in school. He was a bully. He was a partier. He was so cool and popular. He looks at me and he goes, Shaq. That's all he said. He just goes, Shaq, like, you're not going to sign up for the play, are you? He didn't say it. He just said my name and gave me a look. That's all he did. He goes, Shaq. And I mean, in a millisecond, I didn't even give it one thought. I go, no. And I walk down to my seat. Defeated. Crying inside, I go walk down to my chair. And I was like, yeah, he was probably right, whatever. Why was I even thinking that? And then so in drama class, you're either in the play or you actually have to go watch the play. That's part of the grade. And so they do the play in the evening. So parents and all the students can come and they see it. And it's 8th grade. It's nothing, right? I mean, it's nothing. This is not like, it probably wasn't even recorded, okay? So I remember me and my friends were at the play. We're watching it. It's like whatever, a weeknight at 7:30. And it's a big stage, and it was a production. They all dressed up, and they did their thing. And we're watching it, and I tell the story, and I mean this. This is absolutely 100% sincere. This is not. And the whole time that I was watching that play, that stupid play in 8th grade at Herndon Middle School, and I was in the bleachers watching that play, I wish I was actually on stage the whole time. And not just because of the girl. I actually wish I was on stage. I wanted to be in the play, man. I wanted to participate. I wanted to be in it. I wanted to learn the lines. I wanted to do it. I wanted people to clap for me. I wanted to take a bow after. I'd never done anything like that, but I wanted to do it. I really did. And the entire time I was watching it, and I look over at my buddy, who is a complete derelict now. I don't even know him. I hear stuff because some people know him on Facebook. The guy is a complete idiot. Did nothing with his life. And I let that guy take a dream of mine. As stupid as that dream was, it was a dream of mine. It was something that I wanted to do. How many times did it happen? I told you, how are you with regrets? I'm 40 years old. I'm married for 12 years. I've known my wife for even longer than that. I have 3 children. I have millions of dollars in the bank. I still think about that. I still think about that stupid play. I still think, like, why did I let this guy take my dream? Why did I let somebody else just say something to me? And I was so weak and timid and scared and unsure and insecure, like most people are. And people try to do that with everything. Anytime you're positive, they want to be negative. Anytime you're excited, they want to bring you down. Anytime you're going for something, they want you to not go for it. That's just normal. Every time you read a book, oh, it's not that good. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. I do that too. Subconsciously, I go, oh, no, man. I'm not, no, don't waste your time. You know, one thing too, you know, my wife came in my room yesterday. My wife does a lot of this, the work when my kids are online virtually. And my son's 10, and, you know, my son and I are, you know, I love my son, you know, and I love all my kids, but my son, you know, my son and I are just, we're really close. My son is nothing like me, right? He's totally different personality, totally different likes, totally different hobbies, totally different interests, totally different personalities. You know, my middle daughter is exactly like me. We're very, very similar. My son is totally different. So it's always a challenge, right? Just trying to relate to my son and do stuff because he's just likes, and it's easier to like things that you like, right? I mean, it's easier to get excited about that, but you know, if I got to sit there and play Fortnite with my son and do these things because he's not going to like the stuff, it's my job to like what he likes. And, you know, he was going through class and he was listing out things that he likes. And he said, you know, I like this, I like this, I like this. I feel good. And like stuff like that, I feel good. And he wrote, when my dad is proud of me. He said, he wrote, I feel good when my dad is proud of me. And my wife goes, what do you mean? Like proud of what? He goes, I don't know. I just feel good when dad's proud of me. Right. And you think about that, we all want to always feel good. Right. That's why we come here. That's why you join this team. Because most people actually don't make you feel good. They make you second guess yourself. They make you doubt yourself. They make you feel negatively about yourself. Here, that's never my intention. Now, sometimes I know you might need a pat on the back. Sometimes you need a kick in the butt. Okay? And I promise you, if I ever give that to you, it's out of love. It's not ever out of malice. I am a sadist. Yes, I am. Okay? And I do those to certain people that, you know, I call their names out. Because I do have a good relationship with them one-on-one. So, you know, I'm not a bully. I kind of, but, you know, I call them out. But it's always, and I want you to know, I'm proud of you. Many of you have been here for a long time and definitely this year. And we made it. We made it. We're turning the corner in December. We're going to 2021. And I'm proud of you. I really am. I'm proud of you for taking the test. I'm proud of you for failing and taking again. I'm proud of you for reporting back. You got a 48 on the exam. I'm not proud that you got a 48. I'm proud that you owned up to it and said, I got a 48. I'm proud when I was counting on you for that last sale to hit that goal and you called and said, man, I missed it. I'm proud that you called me and told me. And we strapped it up and took the field the next month. I'm proud that you got that recruit and you were so excited and they quit the next day and you were depressed. But you made phone calls the day after that. I promise you I'm proud of you. Just like I'm proud of my son. I mean it. I don't even know why I'm proud of him. He doesn't even know why, but I'm always proud of him. Why? Because he's working, he's getting better, just like you guys are. Just like we're all trying to get better. So we're gonna have a great December, man. We're gonna finish off our best year with our best month. But get your priorities right, get your schedule right, get your time management right, eat that frog, do all those things. And we start tomorrow with training Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m. Get your guys there, videos on, ready to work, register for class. Shondell will send me the registration right now. We'll get that out. We're going to have a great training prepared, different classrooms. we'll get ready to get after it. All right. We will see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you guys.